what I do, suck the head.
There you go. Oh, Cold 45, 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need.
When you go to the bar after dark, smoke that crawfish head.
Nice. Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen. A Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Go!
We're back in the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Order wings for takeout and delivery today over at Buffalo Wild Wings. Go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
We're in New Orleans, Louisiana, if you couldn't tell. Jason, fresh off of, was it Bourbon Street?
Bourbon Street, yeah.
Golly, I think I might have been there once. We're your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, at the Super Bowl. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S, 92%ers. As you know, we are here, and the time is now.
What are we here for?
Well, we're here for a good old rematch. The Chiefs and Eagles, baby.
The fuck? Why wasn't I invited?
I think that's why you're here. You got the invite.
All right.
You should have been. You're playing in the game.
My knees don't work anymore, Trev. That's how it works.
Damn it.
Now I'm going to have to just drink hurricanes and hand grenades to forget that I'm not playing in the game, so I won't have to think about it all week.
Watch out. That'll get you kicked off the team. Why don't you tell the people what we got coming up, dude?
Incredible episode for you guys. We're going to get to Travis's thoughts on the Super Bowl. We're also going to talk about a little bit of New Orleans food and drinks. We got two incredible guests in Peyton and Elijah Manning. It's going to be a fun one. Can't wait to get to you guys. First, as always, new news
coming in hot. That's right. New Heights Pod won gold again.
Yeah.
That's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We're excellent. And when I say we, our production.
Yeah, they edit this
excellent.
very well.
And I don't know how they get good shit out of us, but you guys love it, and we appreciate you guys. New Heights took the gold in the best sports talk category in 2025 on the Sports Podcast Awards.
Wow.
Yeah. Gold medal, baby. Are we even sports talk?
Huh?
Are we even sports talk?
I mean, we talk about sports sometimes. So, yeah.
That counts, right?
I think that's what sports talk is.
Nice. People listen to us because of sports, though, right?
Like half of them.
Nice. Well, thank you guys.
Enough to get a gold
over
medal.
At the Sports Podcast Awards. We accept your gold. Do people deny gold medals?
I might.
I know you would. That's why but this one you accept.
But that's why I'm asking what this thing looks like and who's giving it to us. Sports Podcast Awards.
Insane.
Best sports talk podcast, New Heights with Jason and Travis.
I mean, it seems like a legit award. They have a cool logo. Sometimes that's half of the battle right there.
I feel like all this stuff is just like they're just trying to get us to tweet it so that they can be affirmed as an established thing.
Well, it worked. Nice. Thank you guys over at Sports Podcast Awards. Jason, why don't you tell everybody else what else we got?
Travis has won the 2024 Walter Payton Man of the Year Charity Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that don't know, the winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year Charity Challenge is decided on a fan vote on X/Twitter. Congratulations, Trav.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
This is the second time winning this award.
Two-time winner.
Two-time winner. First two-time winner.
Am I the first two? Oh, in the charity challenge. Nice.
So in the charity challenge, you are now
Chiefs
the
Kingdom,
first
baby.
back-to-back winner in NFL history. The Chiefs are going to try and be the first back-to-back-to-back Super Bowl winners.
Okay, I see where you're going.
Which one is more important, back-to-back charity award winner or back-to-back-to-back Super Bowl winner?
I think the charity will thrive more if I win the Super Bowl.
So you're saying the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
So you're saying the Super Bowl matters more than the kids in your foundation?
God damn it, that's tough. I didn't say that.
See, I trapped him. I did.
You bear trapped me. That son of a buck. No, and that money will be directly injected into the city of Kansas City. So thank you guys for all voting online. I'll make sure that everybody over 87 and running does some good work with the
Shout out to everyone who voted. Shout out to everyone who voted. In all seriousness, Travis and the 87 and Running Foundation does a lot of fantastic work.
He does.
In the city of Kansas City.
Even in Cleveland, back in our hometown.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I know it.
So Shout out, Trev. Way to go.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Jason on the call at the Pro Bowl this past weekend. Last bit of new news. We got Jason in the booth over there in Orlando for the Pro Bowl, watching the flag football game, huh?
That's right. Yep.
How was it, man? How was it on the other side of the Pro Bowl?
The Pro Bowl is just a blast. It's fun to be down there. You get to see a bunch of the best players in the world kind of being on the same field together, having fun, celebrating the fact that
watching
they're all
the Avengers
incredible
team
beasts.
up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the superheroes of the NFL.
Yeah, and I think that what they're doing now is better than what they did. I mean, the football game that they were kind of trying to play was pretty boring to watch.
It was a tough thing to even be a part of, to be honest. It was tough to be a part of.
Here's the problem. Football is only good if people are trying to kill each other. I figured that out.
You're not lying.
It's not a fun sport if you're not trying to kill each other. That's kind of the intensity and the aggression is what makes it inherently awesome. So when you're not trying to do it, it's like, what the fuck are these guys doing playing football for?
and that's what it kind of felt like when you were playing it.
Out there. So I'm not, we're just kind of out here slapping hands.
What are we?
And then there'd be one guy trying to kill.
There'd always be one guy.
And everybody like, why is that guy trying to play football? And you're like, fucking asshole's playing football. The fuck's wrong with this asshole? We're just trying to have fun.
We're all unioned up with this fucking guy.
Yeah, that's trying to win a Toyota. You can buy a Toyota.
I want the MVP. I want the MVP to get the free car. It's like, well, I won the MVP. You still have to pay for the car.
So anyways, what they're doing now, I feel like
the taxes on a Genesis aren't as low as you think they are.
So
shout out to Genesis.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out to the Red Rocket, man. Andy Dalton throwing me a deep cross.
Yeah, shout out to the 60%
touchdown.
All right, so we got what they're doing now with flag football. People will try for flag. That's a more like
they'll have fun with it.
Let's go have fun.
Yeah, I'm not here to kill anybody.
And then you got the skill event. So now it's settled into something that is more, appropriate to kind of be in. And you still get to see some highly skilled people do flips into foam pits.
I feel like they should do dodgeball with footballs.
Dodgeball with footballs. It's not a bad idea with Nerf balls.
Yeah. No, like a full-on.
Like the Duke? You go with the Duke? That would hurt. Hit you in the face.
No. How bad do you want to win?
Yeah. It's a lot of guys that can't throw a football, surprisingly. It
would expose
some guys.
I can't throw anymore.
There's some players in the NFL that I've seen try and throw a football
all the way back there and just come down.
No, you can do it. You can still get one in.
That elbow is tight.
Then it's going to get tight. Yeah.
It's bad.
But no, the Pro Bowl was awesome. Being up in the booth was great. I got a good bit of advice from Dan Orlovsky. Shout out to Dan. I was going to
nice, Danny.
I went to Orlando. I went to Disney the following day with the fam.
Nice.
And Dan gave me the shout out. Said, "Hey, go to the Dawa Bar, Animal Kingdom, 2 Jungle Juice."
Ooh,
it was perfect.
All right, Dan.
It tasted great. Perfect level for walking around with a bunch of kids. It's ideal. It really made the safari 10 times better.
Did you? Did you know
that rhinos are moving? I don't give a fuck. This is great.
I love it. Shout out to Dan for the secret to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, it's the best.
Was it cold around the park? The last time that I went down to Orlando for the Pro Bowl, it was absolutely freezing.
Yeah, it was like that last year too. It was cold, but this year it was like 80.
Nice.
It was perfect. Sun was hidden behind clouds, which you want at 80. You don't want sun out with 80. Then you get a little dicey.
Real swampy down there.
But no, it was good. It was good temperature. Found out Scott Van Pelt doesn't like roller coasters.
What?
Yeah.
SVP.
I found a lot of times with taller people. Now, you're pretty tall. You like roller coasters.
Oh, man. I was not in when we were kids, though. Took me to become a man.
I feel like there's something to do with like
height. The Millennium.
Dude, the Millennium Force crazy.
The Millennium. I used to have nightmares about the Millennium.
I think that's why. Like,
and you always loved going on it.
It's the best. It's the best ride still to this day I've ever been on. Millennium Force, Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, best roller coaster there is on the planet. I don't care what anybody says.
I mean, it's hard to argue that one.
Yeah, well, you can't because I just said I don't care what you said.
When I finally went on it, I went on all the roller coasters and then finally was like, all right, I'm going to do Millennium Force. This is like when I'm like in high school or maybe even when I was in college. But when you get to the top of that thing, because it's right on the lake. It's on Lake Erie. and Sandusky, Ohio.
It's beautiful, picturesque.
By the time I got on there, the sun was going down and everything was kind of shining off of the water. And I felt like the whole thing was just going to fall into the water when I got up there. I about blacked out.
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
That's a bad feeling.
And then I overcame my fear.
Yeah.
And I didn't black out.
That's why I keep trying to get my kids to just go and do stuff because I feel like that's how I overcame. You just go do it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
Dude, that's how hockey was for me,
My kids will not do it. They won't do it.
I didn't ice skate.
I mean, they can't go on anything that extreme right now.
Dad literally just threw me out there and then
It always
pushed a
worked for
cane at
us.
me. He like pushed like a walker at me, like an old person's walker.
That always worked for
I
us.
used it to like get up and then he was like, do a lap.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And then by the time
you're done with the lap, you're feeling great. I don't need this thing
over there. I was flying around. Couldn't stop though. Couldn't stop.
It doesn't work for my kids though. They just act like I'm being like a bad dad by forcing them to do stuff they don't want to do. And that's part of being a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect it.
It's good. Well, Kylie doesn't. She's like, I have to deal with this. Like, they'll be fine. Trust me.
Trust Kylie.
And Kelsey did this to me.
We
Be good.
from experience.
I'm just going to spin this little
Trust
teapot
Jason.
around.
Don't trust me.
Yeah. Don't trust me either. It didn't work.
Look at this guy.
They don't.
You're not gonna trust this guy? Look at him. I'm trusting this guy out.
Who doesn't
All
trust
right,
somebody
here
with a
we go.
mask? All righty. We're done talking about the Pro Bowl. We do want to talk about what everybody wants to talk about in New Orleans, which is a little bit of food and a little bit of drinks. That's right. As with a lot of the shows where we are remote, we like to do some things that are culturally specific, and nothing says New Orleans like alcoholic beverages and weird foods. So we're going to eat some right now. First up, we got fried alligator and a hurricane.
We got some gator nuggets?
We do. Travis.
I'll get in on some gator nuggets.
You'll eat alligator?
Yeah.
Travis, you won't eat alligator. You
will
won't
eat
eat
alligator,
mayonnaise.
just-
You won't
no.
eat rabbit.
Nope.
You won't eat
Too gamey.
duck.
Gamey.
How do you know? You just if you
Had it.
so you'll try meats. You just don't like white sauces.
I'm not trying that white sauce.
You
I
won't
know
even
that's
try
tartar
that.
sauce. Yeah. And I'm not,
That's tartar sauce. How do you know that's tartar sauce?
I can see it from here. It's pickle
It's
on
got
it.
pickles in it. Yeah, it's tartar sauce. Yeah, you're observant. All right. You
But
know
I'll
the
try the
try
half
it.
mayo.
Cool.
I'll try
Let's
the
go.
half mayo.
It's all right. Let's go.
I'll try
I'll try the tartar. I'm not afraid to tartar up.
These are pretty good. They're a little gamey. A little
I'm not
gamey,
gonna lie.
but
It always tastes so similar to like chicken.
it's the fried. that
They did have a smoked alligator.
that yum yum sauce isn't as yum yum as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, try the tartar. It's real yum yum.
No, you got it. You got it.
The
Give me some of that gator.
it's damn good.
Gator don't play that shit.
I had some smoked alligator at Eagles tailgate because it's very traditional cuisine of Philadelphia as well, and it tastes a lot like lobster,
They catch those fresh every day.
right out of Delaware.
Nice. You're going to clean that whole plate, aren't you?
No, I'm done after this because we got more food to review. But I'm going to get to this hurricane.
You got the hurricane. It can't be
Yeah,
out here
you got a game
drinking
more
like
about-
that. I know what those things do.
Who made this?
Technically, Haley made it.
Haley. Can we get Haley in here?
What's the
in, what
what's
is
the
in a
recipe? Where'd you
hurricane?
get the recipe from, though?
I've had
Pat
these.
O'Brien's mix.
Pat O'Brien's mix. Larry O'Brien's brother.
I thought that was Pat O'Reilly.
Yeah. That too. Chug. Oh, man. That would have been awesome if he would have just...
I forgot to put the mix in.
What is that?
Fucking rum.
It's just straight rum?
I think red with some red food coloring
There's
in
some
it.
grenadine in that thing? Get an accelerator. Get a cherry ice pop. That always goes well with them.
Man, that's really good. I love hurricanes. I'm not gonna lie. Feels like the most significant part of that is cherry.
There's cherry in that thing?
I have no idea.
What?
Yeah, cherry.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. What else is in there, big guy?
Cherry. There's some orange in there.
Yeah, you can see it. Give me some.
Outside of that, I don't know. I don't know what else. Orange. I'm getting a strong cherry and orange flavor
Cherry orange
and
rum.
an overwhelming amount of Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan at that?
It's not Captain Morgan. It's not spiced. It's unspiced rum.
The old Brent Selleck. My guy Brent Selleck's out there for helping the Eagles defense. I saw you, Brent. Bearcat for life,
see
my
that?
ass. I saw that shit.
Zach Ertz was texting me about it.
That guy's fucking. He's telling him my moves. He's showing off.
Do you think he knows your moves?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty spot on. I watched the video,
It's
Brad.
exactly how I run.
I know exactly what you're
telling them.
gonna have. A few change-ups and curveballs and sliders and knuckle curves. I got all types of pitches.
So, fried alligator, what are you thinking? How are we rating this?
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10?
Honestly, I'm giving that a 6.
Nice.
All right. And I don't know what that means, but we both were on the same page. Travis, you have not had this hurricane, but you have had hurricanes.
I have had hurricanes.
In the grand scheme of drinks that you would walk up and down a street with, where does a hurricane rank?
Yeah, I'm a like Long Island kind of guy.
You're gonna walk up and down a street with a Long Island?
Yeah.
No, you drink a Long Island at like a clubhouse bar, like at a that's not, you don't walk up and down the street with a Long Island like a sailor.
It's just like jungle juice. It's just like a bunch of shit that you.
No, it's way different. Long Island's like a classy jungle juice.
Classy
Yes.
jungle juice.
Yes. Long Island is what you get at a bar. You can't walk around with a Long Island. It's not a walk around
I thought
drink.
it was a walking around and sip kind of drink.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, then all I know are just bourbon street drinks.
Bourbon Street drinks?
Yeah.
I mean, they are
I learned my
most
lesson.
synonymous with walking around with them.
I don't do walk around drinks anymore, Jason.
Yeah. Remember that time I got an open container in college? Did I ever tell that story on here?
No. Please.
I just turned 21. And I went to a house party in Cincinnati, and the cops come to tell us to shut the fuck up. And the cop walks through the door, and everybody starts running because there's a bunch of underage, I was barely over 21. Everybody else is under 21. So they start skedaddling, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good, baby. I'm drinking a beer in front of the cop. He's like, do you live here? And I said, I'm 21. He said, I did not ask that. I said, all right. He's like, do you live here? I said, no. He said, I suggest you get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, all right, yes, sir. We start walking to another house. We're 4 blocks away. And I am not exaggerating. We are maybe 3 houses before I'm in that front door. I reach into the case, take a can of beer out, crack it. Whoop, whoop. Guy pulls up, rolls his window down, same cop. Well. If it isn't Mr. 21. Oh, he gave me a ticket so fast. He's like, I'm not, if you know this, but you're not allowed to have an open container. And I was like, and he left one of his deputies behind to give me the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
And the deputy's like, yeah, you can drink the whole thing. I don't care. He's making me do this. And I was like, yeah, I deserve it.
That's what happens for sure. That's hilarious.
All right. That's enough food and drink for right now. Let's toss it to Peyton and Eli. I'm sure they'll be able to give us their ideas of where hurricane and fried alligator rank and their
they're definitely pros.
expertise with New Orleans.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
New Orleans.
Where is Ole Miss?
I think it's in Mississippi.
Well, I know it's in Mississippi. I didn't.
Oxford.
Thank you.
It's in Oxford, Mississippi, Jason.
Before we keep going with the show, it's time for Travis to get out of here because he can't be here for this next segment. Joining me now is our good friend, intern Brandon.
Our good friend.
We've only got one game this weekend. What game parlays are we going to build this week?
I am looking at Pat Mahomes, 2+ passing touchdowns.
I like that. I think with the game on the line, the Chiefs will go to Pat.
I think they're going to run some of that shit at the goal line again. We're going to see some corn dog we've
Either way,
never seen before.
they're going to leave the ball in Pat's hand.
I like that. And then Jalen Hurts, anytime TD scorer, and that is rushing.
I think that could be a tush push. It could be maybe some quarterback design runs. Yeah.
And I know this is one you have. You're a specialist in this. Coin toss.
Tails never fails.
Those are our 3 picks. Pat Mahomes, over 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, anytime TD scorer, and tails.
Once again, New Heights is brought to you by DraftKings. Those of you who haven't checked out DraftKings yet can get a new customer offer. All new customers who bet $5 will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings app and sign up using promo code New Heights. The crown is yours. Every game day needs wings, especially the big game.
Ooh, when you pre-order your wings for the big game from Buffalo Wild Wings Go, you get 6 free boneless or traditional wings your next visit.
That's right. So when you're dialed in on 4th down or singing along during halftime, we got you covered. All you have to do is spend $25 or more and be a Blazing Rewards member.
Ooh, a Blazing Rewards member. All
heard
right
of
now.
that.
And while you watch the big game in New Orleans, you can have some Louisiana flavor when you order your Buffalo Wild Wings Go. New Cajun sauce for a limited time. Jump on that for the Super Bowl.
So get your pre-order in for the big game, and you can get 6 free wings on your next visit to Buffalo Wild Wings Go.
Buffalo Wild Wings Go. Order wings for takeout or delivery today. All right, I think it's time to bring on our guest. This has been long waiting, we're happy as hell to get you. Jason, why don't you do the honors and give them the intro?
You got it, Trav. From Newman High School, New Orleans, Louisiana. A combined 18 Pro Bowls, 4 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 Walter Peyton Man of the Years, and one of them is still undefeated in the Pro Bowl. Please welcome Peyton and Eli Manning.
I like that.
There we go.
I like that, Jason. We're just going to bring you with us wherever we go. Give us
Dude,
that.
I will gladly be your guys' permanent hype man.
I think down here he actually comes with a band. I think it's like a whole thing.
I want to get one. Do you guys know a good band that can be?
Yeah, does
Well, at the
Newman
front
High
row?
School got a good marching band or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, solid, really solid.
Solid.
I could think of a few others that might be a little better. We can start with Newman.
Let's start off with the Pro Bowl, man. You guys went head-to-head down at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And, Eli.
Got the 3-peat.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
the 3-peat, dog.
I think
How's it feel? How's it feel? Just
Peyton's officially on the hot seat, I think, as coach. I saw some breaking news headlines kind of
Adam Schefter.
around social media. So, I mean, if he does get fired, I'll probably hire him as my special teams coach.
teamer.
New quarterback coach or water boy or something, just.
I mean, the problem is, just to be honest, is that there's a lot of Pro Bowlers every year that are starters that just happen to be on the Chiefs, but they're not eligible to play in the Pro Bowl because they're in the Super Bowl. So,
and I'd be a game changer in that game for you, Peyton. I would.
Travis, I kind of blame you and Patrick. How's that?
The Chiefs' fault.
Chiefs' fault. Yeah, Chiefs are in.
Eli, I do got to ask you, was that your idea with Turpin? Whose idea was that on defense? Just blitz Turpin every single snap. I thought that was genius.
Yeah, these special teamers. They kind of have rules around. We want the offensive guys playing offense, defensive guys playing defense. We had 2 special teamers. That we don't have any special teams. There's no kickoff returns or punts. So there's they can freelance. You can use them however. So I said, hey. I told Larry Foote, I said, Turpin's your special blitz guy. He's fast. He can run. Had a couple sacks. He's not going to get tired. Like the first series we were rushing some outside linebackers. They were kind of rushing in there because they don't want to drop. These guys are professional rushers. They're not drop guys, covers guys. But then Burrow's running right by him. So Turpin got the call pretty quickly.
I loved it. Peyton, we also had your son Marshall out there, maybe throwing better than all the quarterbacks there. I mean, this was impressive. I think we got a clip here.
Does every Manning get a chance to throw the pill? Are they just it's just in them to be able to huck it or what?
Well, it's kind of like I told Eli. We were not raised to be kickers. We were raised to be quarterbacks, and so that's kind
that
of
commercial, by the way.
It's kind of all we know. Can't outrun anybody. Certainly can't kick. But look, that's kind of why I sort of coach the Pro Bowl. Travis, I mean, my son Marshall for the past 3 years gets to warm up Joe Burrow. The best quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know how you beat that. He's playing catch with Jamar Chase and Pat and Go with Justin Jefferson. So what a cool moment for him.
The kid in me is so jealous of Marshall, man. That is such a cool opportunity for him to go out there and have some fun with the gang. I'm sure he's absolutely living it up, man.
Oh, no doubt. He loved it. And like I said, I'm not happy about losing to Eli. And I feel like if it has to be like a brothers thing, coaching the Pro Bowl, and I cost Eli, his job as well, there's only one other set of brothers that I know of that has a NFC, AFC connection. Jason seems eligible. Travis, I'd keep playing as long as you can, but I feel like when that time comes, I think my job is definitely in jeopardy if the Kelceys want to take over the Pro Bowl.
Tell you what, I can put a mean run game in that flag football outfit.
Oh, it'd be lateral central if I ever got the chance to coach that thing up.
Speaking of brothers, we're tied right now with Super Bowl victories, Kelce's and Manning's, 4 apiece. Does that mean the Mannings are officially pulling for the Eagles? Huh?
It's hard for me to pull for the Eagles, like being in the division, they're in the conference, but it's a little bit easier this year with Saquon being there and having him being a teammate. So, I think in these situations, you root for players, you root for coaches that and obviously, a lot of connections. Travis, rooting for you to win a Super Bowl, rooting for
I knew he was on my side.
And Andy Reid and all the guys.
Thanks.
But it's a little more difficult with the Eagles. But with Saquon there, you kind of want all those guys to experience winning a championship. Obviously, Travis, you've done it many times, and to go for a three-peat would be an unbelievable. But that feeling, and you never get tired of it. So do you, Jason. You know that feeling of winning a championship, and you want all your pals that you've met or played with to have that feeling at least one time.
I mean, my question would be, Jason, if we're even, really with the amount of rings, I know certain teams, certain owners, when they win, they give rings to alumni who are just integral and kind of creating the culture of the team. I can't think of a guy more significant in kind of creating that tough, run the ball, tough offensive lineman culture than you. So if the Eagles happen to win, do you think you would get a ring? Do you think you deserve a ring? Let's just settle it right here, because if that's the case, Eli and I are screwed in this competition. There's no chance I'm getting a ring out of this game, nor are you. I mean, the Broncos at least made the playoffs. The Giants were eliminated after like week 8.
Hey, you don't get rings for making the playoffs. You don't get rings.
I will gladly decline any charitable ring that they're going to be trying to give out to me, because I don't deserve any of it. But I did lose my first Super Bowl ring in Nevada chili. I will take another one of those if they want to just print that one out again. I could take that one again. Yeah,
I like it.
You were just talking about the big field goal kick you guys got coming up here. Gronk has missed it 2 years in a row, I believe. Are we feeling confident we can at least get one up and over?
Jason, we actually were in Orlando. We watched some film with Gronk. Gronk drove down from Tampa and brought film of his first 2 kicks. And we were kind of learning what not to do, right? Gronk had his whole family out there the first kick. He had a full uniform on. He had a helmet. It was windy that day in Arizona. By the way, I think there's something about Gronk missing when the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. That seems to be the theme. So hopefully that doesn't apply to us. Eli pulled a quad in practice. I don't know if he put that out in the injury report, if that should change the odds. But I have a new respect for kickers. I've been so sore every time I practice. I really don't know why it goes in and why it doesn't go in. There's no pattern to it. But I haven't pulled a quad. I'm healthy going into Sunday's Kick of Destiny 3, and I think I'm going to make it.
Oh, I love the confidence.
I'm healthy now. This is about 6 weeks ago. Did pull a quad, and I've been.
You've been practicing for 6 weeks?
6 weeks, yeah. I started 6 weeks ago, day 1.
I mean, it's lots on the line. I get it.
He's just getting healthy, though. He's been on the sideline for a little bit.
Yeah, no stretch, no nothing. I was just like, I'll just kick a 25-yarder. I was like, put it at 25. I kicked one. It went in. I kicked the next one, and it went 4 yards with a pulled quad, and I limped.
Oh my God!
So I kicked on Monday this week. It felt good. I didn't get to the full 25 yards, but I just kicked about a 20-yarder, and I think I'll be ready for Sunday. What
The
the
adrenaline will get you that extra.
They said they could give me a Toradol shot now that I'm not a player
Oh my
anymore.
gosh, I'm taking both
This
you
guy's
guys to
committed.
get Toradol.
This guy's committed.
Full throttle. I'm going game day mode, full warm up, full super tee shot, get everything.
I cannot wait to see this, man. Jason actually had a similar experience where he got to respect the kickers a little bit as well. Trying to kick a field goal on college game day in front of Pat McAfee, man. It was class.
I was on a slant. I was on a slide, like a slight angle in boots.
Yeah. Well, you chose to wear the boots, so.
No, that was part of the sponsorship I had. Shout out to Timberland.
Timberland. Great job, Timberland.
We are down in the Super Bowl. We're in New Orleans, your hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Couple Super Bowl questions. You guys have both worked with Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, who have both attended Manning Passing Academy as high schoolers. Did you guys both know that they had the opportunity, would have the potential to play in the Super Bowl one day?
Jason, both those guys actually came to the camp as college players, as counselors. It's a high school football camp that we have college players come and serve as counselors, and in return, Eli and I will spend time with them in between high school practices on their NFL aspirations. Jalen came twice, and you definitely just saw what a natural leader he was. Quiet confidence, just the way he carries himself. You can see why people want to follow him. And then Mahomes just, his swagger just jumps out. I remember it was raining one night, and we were like, hey, I'm not sure we want to throw tonight. There's people out there watching. And
oh, man, I'll rip it right now.
Jeez.
He doesn't flinch. He doesn't care.
I'll swing it at anything.
Hey, that's exactly what he said. And to me, that's just pretty telling. As you know, Travis, when you're in college and people are around watching, I don't want to throw today. Maybe there's some coach up there or some GM that happens to have a kid at the camp. Maybe they're watching and maybe this hurts my Patrick was just like, nope, I'll go out there and throw it. And so those are the two things I took away from having both those guys at the camp. And you see that has transferred to their NFL careers. And so I'm proud of both of them. They've been fun to watch. And I think that's why it'll be a great quarterback matchup on Super Bowl Sunday.
Have you talked to either of these guys before the big game yet?
I texted both of them after the NFC and AFC championship, congratulating them, wishing them luck. Both of them got back to me. I've kind of stayed in touch with a lot of the quarterbacks that have come through the camp. I think this past year, Jason, we had 26 of the 32 starting NFL quarterbacks were counselors at the Manning Passing Academy. So it's quite the fraternity. So Eli and I keep up with them, obviously talked to a lot of them, getting ready for a Manning cast game, but just kind of wish them luck throughout their careers. And so I've kept up with Patrick and Jalen throughout their careers. Jalen reached out a couple years ago about kind of the routine of the Super Bowl, and I sort of gave him my tips and pointers. He kind of knows that routine now. Mahomes, gets his mail sent to the Super Bowl every year because he knows he's going to be there. So Travis does as well. So they don't have to ask me too many questions anymore about the Super Bowl routine.
Well, you always got the best advice, big guy. I remember getting my first shot at SNL and getting the text from you to just enjoy the ride, man. I appreciated that. That made me feel so much more at home, knowing that you believed in me to have fun and to do it the right way. So I appreciate that. But Eli, you actually had somebody come up to you at the Pro Bowl and tell you that he was actually in the Manning camp.
Yeah.
The wide receiver from Atlanta, right?
Yeah. Hodge.
There it is.
Yeah, he came up and said he was a camper. He came his junior year. He was a quarterback, and he came to the camp. And
that's crazy.
Obviously, we told him, I think you should try receiver. And so we saw right there. It's like we did 7-on-7. He was playing receiver some, made some plays, and now he's making the Pro Bowl. He's a special team guy, but he's a receiver also in the NFL, and so just a great story. So we've had a couple quarterbacks in the NFL also. I think Russell Wilson was a camper. He not as a counselor, became as a camper in high school.
The new coach of the Jaguars, Liam Cohen, was a camper.
How about that? Nice.
Duval.
So that's how old we are. We got coaches. We got coaches that were campers now.
That's crazy, man. You guys have been doing it for a while, man. Me and Hodge have a similar story. I was actually recruited at Tennessee. David Cutcliffe was working me out thought I had some potential to be a football player, not to be a quarterback. So Tennessee never offered me. But yeah, eventually made the
Travis
transition
would have
over.
been a camper. You would have sped his career up quite a bit, getting him away from the quarterback position.
Exactly. No, that's awesome stuff you guys do with the young guys, man, and always paving the way for the future, man. That's always good stuff.
Thanks.
Eli, you were talking about your former teammate, Saquon Barkley. And when we had Saquon on the show, we do a lot of the welcome to your NFL moments. And his welcome to the NFL moment was when, or at least he said, you shoved grass in his mouth.
Yeah.
Is this a confirmed story?
Yeah, this is a confirmed story. Every year before the first preseason game, and a lot of these years, kind of the starters aren't playing much, and they're really going over a little bit that first game, what the routine is before the first preseason game. Like, how do we line up? How do we stretch? Like, how do you run out of the tunnel? Like, all the pat and go. So we're kind of doing those things. And, I'm kind of sitting on the sideline a long time, and I always kind of walk up to the guy, to a few of the rookies, and I'm kind of holding my mouth, and I'm going, man, I got to get my mouth, my teeth been bothering me. I got to get my wisdom teeth pulled after the game. And they're kind of asking questions. I asked them if they've ever if they have or had their wisdom teeth pulled, whether to say yes or no. I say, can I see? Can I either see wisdom teeth, or do you still have holes in your mouth? And so when they kind of open up and look up and open their mouth, I got a big clump of grass and dirt in my hand, and I just throw it in there. And I've gotten like 3 or 4 guys on that first practice. I've gotten a few coaches.
So good.
One time, the best, Sean O'Hare and I were trying to get a rookie, and Amani Toomer came over. Amani is like in his 9th year, and he just like jumped in the conversation. Like, we're not talking to him. We're like trying to, and he opened up, and O'Hara put the clump of grass in his mouth. That's so bad. And we weren't trying to get you. You offered up this information. I just couldn't resist.
You volunteered yourself.
Yeah,
That's so good, man.
Since we're on the Super Bowl, do you guys, either of you, have a welcome to the Super Bowl moment?
I mean, I think it was my 9th year playing in it for the first year, and just down in Miami, it was raining that year. It was the only Super Bowl that it really had rained. But I think Billy Joel sang the national anthem. I think there's something about being on the sideline when that national anthem plays. Watching it all those years as a kid. Travis, my first Super Bowls as a kid were in New Orleans. Obviously, I saw who's that? I saw Montana beat the Broncos in the 89-90 season, whatever that was. That was in New Orleans. Actually was in college, came back and saw the Packers beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So there obviously been some great ones there in New Orleans. There'd be another great one with your Chiefs and the Eagles. But that national anthem I still get emotional watching it as a fan, as an ex-player sitting at home. But I think when you're on the sidelines, knowing this game's about to happen, that's something that kind of jumped out to me, that I'm really here and I'm really playing in a Super Bowl. It was a pretty cool moment.
Woo-hoo, you're firing me up just talking about it, man.
100%.
You had the worst start to a Super Bowl with Hester just running back the opening kick.
Yeah, it was an emotional moment. It was an emotional moment that kind of ended pretty quickly when Hester ran the opening kickoff.
All right, we got to lock in, boys. We got to lock in. That's too good. Eli, you got one for us?
I think it's just, for me, it was just trying to get that first completion. And I just remember, you're just nervous. I mean, kind of a new nerve, and you played a whole season, you played playoff games, you played the NFC Championship, and all of a sudden it's like a Super Bowl, just all the the lights and the national anthem and everything going on. And I just remember, the coach was kind of going through some of the plays, and I was just like, Coach, I'm a little nervous. I need a handoff the first play. Like, I don't want to, I don't know. I just got to get breathe a little bit. So we got a handoff, and I got my first completion next play, and had a nice kind of 10 play, long drive, got a field goal. And then, it was kind of back to normal, but it's definitely a different intensity, and just, 2 weeks to think about it. And there's so much coming on on this game and what it means to your team, your fans, your family. So many people coming in town for it. So it's the heart's pumping a little bit harder that first series of a Super Bowl for sure.
100%. I still don't remember the first half of the one that I was in. I have no idea. I remember like we started the game down 10 in my mind. I'm just like, how did this happen? Where did this? Pat Mahomes, I need you more now than ever.
Travis, you've been running the wrong plays for the first entire half now.
I'm locked in, coach. I got it.
I got to ask you guys as a center. Peyton, you brought up Sean O'Hara, so I'm going to come back to you, Eli, because I do know Sean O'Hara very well. I also know Jeff Saturday very well. There is a moment on the sideline between you and Jeff.
Legendary.
And I think everyone knows which moment I'm talking about. It's one of my favorite interactions of a quarterback center of all time.
Just
how quickly did you realize you were mic'd up? The whole time? Or it was just like mid-fury of just like, I'm tired of this guy bitching. I need to go ahead. All right.
I mean, look, when you're mic'd up, to me, the sooner you can forget about it, the better, right? I always
for sure
kind of knew I was mic'd up in pregame warm-ups because they, you put your pads on, you can see the tape over the mic, so you're just kind of thinking about it, and hopefully once the game goes, but we had run the ball all the way down there. Jason had a good run game. We were playing a Monday night game against the Rams, ran it down there, and the Rams inside the 5-yard line basically said, okay, enough's enough. They loaded the box. We had a run play called, first down and second down. They were blitzing everybody. Yeah. We audibled, throw, incomplete. Now it's third and goal, throw again. So naturally, Jeff and the offensive line, just like all of you, are not happy. Like, why did you run it to get down there, and now we're going to throw it
3 times. Yeah.
And so we sit on our separate sides of the bench, but I can hear them talking. I can hear them, why are we throwing it? Just run the rock. And I kind of let it breathe. And finally I just snapped, and I go down there. And I'm all fired up. And then I realized, Travis, I am in enemy territory. The entire offensive line ready to, support their center and come right at me. I'm like, okay, let me kind of back off of this. But, hey, I'll tell you a good Super Bowl story about Jeff Saturday real quick. Every Thursday during our entire career in Indianapolis, Jeff and I played together forever. We always did wet ball drills, right? Where, we're taking snaps before practice, and the equipment guy is spraying the water bottle on the football, creating the environment. And Jeff would get so mad, Travis, because he'd say, Peyton, we're playing in the RCA Dome this week. There's no chance of rain. I'm like, you never know. There could be a leak in the roof. You never know.
It's ritual at this point.
You're going to prepare. Anyway, we do that for 8 years, right? And every Thursday, no matter what, we get to the Super Bowl. It's raining like just cats and dogs, and we have 0 fumbled snaps. The Bears have 3 fumbled snaps. And I say that's why we've been doing the wet ball snap drill all these years. So those little things pay off in the Super Bowl.
They pay off. I love it. Even when you're a dome team, baby, that's good shit right there.
Eli, do you have any of those stories with Sean?
Yeah,
or any of your centers?
Well, I had wet ball drill with Sean every single day. It's just a shredder. It would sweat so badly.
It wasn't rain; it was just swamp ass, huh?
Yeah, this is before you're in shotgun every play. We're under center, I formation, and we're under center on first and second down every series, even third down. Sometimes we were under center, and dropping back and throwing the ball. So. I was getting the wet ball. I made him change his pants at halftime, which is
I've had to do that, unfortunately, a couple times.
That's
I've been there.
That's not easy. They basically have to cut the pants off because you got your shoes are spatted. You can't just take off your shoes. You're taped up. Yeah, everything up. He's on his back, just laying there, and people are ripping him off. It's not that hard to get the pants on, but putting dry pants on a wet body is not an easy feet, especially over cleats. So he was not happy about that. He was ready for November to hit. the cooler weather. I didn't make him change the pants, but we didn't have any fumbled snaps just because of all the wet ball drill every
just standard wet ball drill.
So good. All right, let's get off the centers and get on some tight ends, baby. You guys both played with some great ones. Jeremy Shockey, my guy Dallas Clark, absolute legends, man. I remember coming in and wanting to be like Shockey. He was such an energy, like he looked like a force to be reckoned with every single time he played the game. And Dallas Clark, I mean, his fearlessness over the middle, Peyton. I don't know how many times I saw you guys throw a bender in cover 2 and he just went up there and just got smoked for the team. He's just no gloves on, just going up, just running through a wall for a guy.
Shockey's bender is a little bit different than Dallas. Shockey, when you have a bender, that word means something different to Shockey.
Yes. I had to ask though, what do you think it is about tight end and quarterback like relationship that really gets the best out of the offense?
I mean, to me, look, they're closer to the quarterback than the Z or the X or the slot. They're right there. Yeah. Just kind of 3 players away, right? Guard, tackle, tight end. So they're kind of one of the last guys that you kind of almost break the huddle with, I feel like, Travis. Yeah. So you could always, I see Travis and Patrick talking as they're breaking the huddle. And so you can kind of get the last word in, hey, if they blitz, break hot. Hey, look, watch out for cover 2 man. Give the guy a little stick to the outside before you bend it. And so I think just that little extra conversation, maybe that closer proximity kind of creates that tight end quarterback bond. And I always felt like I knew where Dallas was going to be. Look, what Patrick and Travis have created is a whole different level, but it's just a real comfort zone. And I love Dallas. Like you said, he was fearless across the middle. We were down there with Kittle. He was talking about tight end you and
so much fun.
And Olsen, guys. How Dallas still comes back and works it. So special. It's a special connection when you have a quarterback and tight end that have that feel for each other. There's a confidence there, and I felt that way with Dallas, and obviously you and Patrick have had that forever.
I think the other thing with the tight ends and quarterback, it's harder for a team to double a tight end. And, you might have a receiver on the outside. Hey, we got to take away this receiver. We're going to play 2-man, or we're going to double him in different ways, or play certain zones to take him away, where you kind of some of your staple plays on first and second down, hey, you're going to have a matchup in the offensive favor of a tight end on a linebacker possibly, where, hey, we can run a stick route. We can get a completion. So I think you just have a lot of your high percentage completion plays are kind of the tight end's the number one read. And hey, if they do take him away, or they have bad leverage, you should have one-on-one with your receivers and get through your progression. But I just think kind of some of your staples and your comfort plays, it starts with the tight end being that first read.
Nice. And we can all confirm that you got to get that bond off the field and have some beers. How many times do you go on a bender with Shockey?
I don't have any benders, no benders with Shockey, but definitely, we hit the town in New York City a few times those first couple of years. He showed me some spots that I definitely haven't been to since. Let's say that. So
I love it, man. Shout out to Shockey, baby.
I got to ask this. I don't know if he's going to, but what would you guys? I mean, you guys know that Travis is kind of known for not running the route on the page. I'd assume. How would you guys have liked playing with a tight end that freelance like that? Would you have been in favor of that?
First of all, I'm not running the wrong route. I'm running what the quarterback wants me to run. It might not be what's on paper.
Yeah. He might not even know he wants you to run it.
Exactly.
I would agree with Travis. I feel like Travis keeps the offensive coordinator from kind of being one play away, right? If you have outside leverage and you have an out route, I see Travis, kind of just curl it in, and Mahomes sees that and he throws it to him, as opposed to saying, man, I wish we would have had the inside curl route on that play. So he's kind of a coordinator's best friend. And look, as long as the quarterback knows that he might do that, I think that makes it okay, right? If all of a sudden you're just going to surprise the quarterback and just make stuff up, that's one thing. But it doesn't look like to me Travis has ever surprised Patrick out there. He's just finding those kind of soft spots in the zone. And like I said, the coordinator looks like a genius. Wow, what an unbelievable play call. Created the perfect location for Travis to be open. Meanwhile, Travis should have co-offensive coordinator as part of his title.
Can you believe they called a hook and ladder play right there? I can't believe they did.
Exactly.
Eli, we talked about it. You
Next
already,
level right there.
Yeah, right.
Eli, you already told me you'd chew me out if I turned inside on stick, on a Y stick.
I would not have.
Yeah.
No.
You wouldn't have thrown it?
Absolutely. And like, I disagree with Eli. I see teams doubling you all the time. They just don't do it very well. They don't really take you away. They still kind of somehow leave you open. I don't really know why or how they do that, but I mean, you beat the double teams, and like I said, if they're doubling you, that means somebody else has got to be singled. That's a good thing. Yeah.
We'll get to our last segment here. It's called We Gotta Ask, but you don't have to answer. You guys can tell us to fuck off if you guys don't want to answer these, but it's always fun, man. We close all our convos with this segment, and I'll get to the first one. Who got into the most trouble growing up? And you guys can even throw Cooper into this.
Yeah, definitely Coop. Definitely.
Coop.
Yeah, Coop.
He's
very strange. The one brother that's not able to defend himself is immediately.
Yeah, Coop kind of set the tone, and so we kind of knew, maybe to do the same things without getting caught. Coop was the one that got caught, and so Eli and I could kind of learn from there.
There's something about them older brothers not knowing how to not get caught.
You got to flank. You got to learn the art of flanking.
I got
Jason.
suspended every freaking year of elementary school for getting in a fight. Travis got into a fight and then went to the principal's office and got tickets to the Cavs game because everybody loved him so much.
That's because I was such a good artist, Jason. I won a contest. That was besides the fact. But yeah, no, it was cool seeing Cooper up at the Super Bowl opening night last night.
Yeah.
Was he in the marching band growing up? I mean, he wore that outfit pretty goddamn good.
Absolutely not. No, I don't know where he got that costume. Zero band experience, I can promise.
That's good.
He likes the harmonica, though. If you give him the opportunity,
Is he a harmonica?
he will.
I would love to hear that.
That's a lost talent. That's a lost
that.
talent right there.
Yeah.
Can he bend the notes? Can he do blues harmonica, or is he straight in and out? Okay.
You got our band geek all fired up over here.
I'd say he's new to it. It's all new.
He's like a Bob Dylan, just kind of. Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right. What's
Travis route running?
All right. Your pops, Archie, was also a quarterback in the NFL for 13 years. What advice did he give both of you guys?
Ooh, slide.
Slide. Yeah.
Slide.
He also told us we're not very fast, so don't run. And first place, he could run.
That's
he had
good
the
advice.
ability. And he said, don't do that. Y'all are not fast. And when you get out there, get down. Don't take hits. And we learned that the hard way. It only takes one hit in the NFL, and you're like, yeah, I should have listened to Dad. He's definitely right. I'm going to go back.
Yeah, definitely slide. Have fun. He always kind of the last thing he used to text us, or if we talked to him the night before the game, was, hey, don't forget to have fun out there, which I think is a good reminder, especially in a game like this, right? You work so hard, have fun. And also just kind of off the field, be sure you have a great relationship and respect with your equipment manager, the video director, the people behind the scenes that you guys know that don't get nearly enough credit or attention on a television broadcast, but are sort of integral to the culture of a team. Just little things like that. It was nice having a guy who played in the NFL that could tell you about little things like that.
Did you guys have any pressure to live up to, I guess, what Archie did? Because Travis and I, we didn't have a lot to live up with Ed Kelsey. I'm just letting you know, the bar was very low for Ed Kelsey.
Don't you dare do that.
Well, for football. Not for
an athlete.
Dad,
all right.
Dad bar is set high for Ed Kelsey.
Extremely high, yeah.
Right.
You have to.
My dad didn't try to create an environment where he was just trying to raise kids. He wasn't trying to raise NFL quarterbacks, and maybe that's why it ended up happening, because he encouraged us to play sports because of the valuable lessons that sports teaches. But never once did we talk about this is what you have to do if you want to play in the NFL. It was, hey, work hard to be the starting quarterback on the JV, and after that, maybe see if you can start on the varsity the next year. And his rule, Jason and Travis, was if we wanted his help, we had to go and ask him, hey, Dad, will you come to the school on Sunday afternoon and throw with our receivers? It wasn't him going, hey, we're going to run 2 miles today. And I think it was a healthy approach because we wanted his help because he played the game. And I think that was a good approach that he took, and it made it fun growing up and never felt like pressure.
Yeah, there's definitely more pressure on me trying to follow in Peyton's footsteps. He was 5 years older than me. I go into the high school, he set every record. I'm going into college. He was just up for the Heisman. He was the first pick in the NFL draft, and it's like, geez, Louise, you feel like didn't have to do the best at everything that I enter into and follow your footsteps. So, but he was a great big brother. As I got older, he definitely picked on me and gave me wedgies and noogies and all those things, which I think helped me. It toughened me up and got me prepared for the NFL. But he always did, like in college, he would come back and teach me the things he was learning in college. Hey, we're doing this on the 3-step drop, and hey, this is some of the drills we're doing in college. You should be doing these now. Like, get a head start on these things. So he did look out for me all the time, and probably put more pressure on me to do some of these drills than my dad did.
Well, you guys got the formula. You guys got it figured out. Arch Manning is having an unbelievable start to his college career. But also, I remember I saw you guys playing Knockout on TV when I was a kid, and I was like, I'm brothering right, because that's exactly how me and Jason played Knockout growing up. Let's keep this thing moving, though. Who has the most buns career stat? Eli with the most career fumbles, or Peyton with the most interceptions by a rookie?
Oh, wow.
I guess mine sounds worse. It's over career. His is just
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's because of Sean's sweaty ass. We already figured this out.
God damn it, O'Hara.
Sean.
Although my interception record, the 17 games, I thought for sure this would get broken, and nobody's coming close to it. I'm disappointed.
And they're throwing more now than you were throwing. More games, they're throwing more and yet less interceptions.
Something's not right.
They got to get to 10 in the first 3 games. If they can get to 10 in the first 3 games,
you got to get off to a good start.
Yeah.
You do.
That's insane.
You guys have a new documentary coming out, Razor's Edge on Vice.
Ooh.
Omaha's forthcoming follow doc on Coach Calipari.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
Arkansas's men's basketball team. What can you guys tell us about the doc?
Yeah, it's just a cool behind the scenes. Coach Cal's done it a long time, and obviously making the big move to Arkansas. Just wanted to kind of document, his first season. It's a changing landscape with NIL. Coach Cal was kind of known for just sort of coaching freshmen, right? Kind of the one and done. And now he's kind of changed his approach where he wants kind of older players. He doesn't have that many players. He's like, if I'm going to pay these guys, I'm going to have a limited amount of players and play them all. So just to kind of take people behind the scenes of what it's like to be a SEC head basketball coach. He went back to Kentucky 2 nights ago and won, which was incredible because of all that he accomplished there, winning a national championship. Got some fans were clapping when he came back. Some fans were booing. They hadn't gotten over it, but he went in there and won. So, look, all these behind the scenes shows just give the audience a different view. So we're excited about it. Razor's Edge coming out on Vice.
That's awesome, man. I'm so intrigued in that. I'm definitely going to be dialed in.
Fuck yeah.
If you were both playing college football today, who has the higher NIL deals?
Ooh, you got to go with Peyton again. I mean, the guy's, he's a great spokesman. He's just, he
can sell a product or what?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have accepted any of it. I would have given it all to my centers and my tight ends.
There we go. There we go.
You can just lie to camera like that.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
How has the NIL stuff changed the landscape? Because you guys both have kids coming up. The documentary with Calipari, I'm sure, touches on the NIL. What are your guys' thoughts on NIL just in general?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's probably a better question for Travis. I mean, Travis, are you seeing any change in the demeanor of college players coming to the NFL? Because, I mean, to me, that's the biggest thing that I was worried about. Are guys coming in as hungry, to try to make the team, to try to, obviously win a championship, hopefully, but, make some money as well. Are you seeing that, Travis? It probably just depends on the individual.
I think it has a lot to do with the culture in KC. I haven't seen that. Our number one pick, Xavier Worthy, has been nothing but the hardest worker on the team. He's just spent every single day grinding it out, trying to figure out ways to implement himself in the offense more and get better at the things that Coach Reed asked him to do. So I definitely haven't seen it in the rookies we've got at least. But who knows?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the thing that that I want to keep guys coming in hungry and trying to accomplish new goals and obviously help teams win. So as long as we got that going, I'm okay.
I'm with you.
Love it.
Nice. Well, last question. Hypothetically, if there had been an official Manning Bowl, who would have won?
Wow.
Well, I'll answer. He don't want to say it. He's too nice. I mean, he in the NFL games. I have not beat him in a real game. Now, flag football, Pro Bowl, I got that mastered. But I'm 0 for 3 anytime we faced him in a real game. And so, but that's just the way it went those years. It would have been. I guess it would have been. I don't know if it would have been fun to play you in a Super Bowl or not. I mean, obviously, y'all did it. It's got to be.
I'll tell you right now, it was not fun at all, Eli.
Right?
It was fucking terrible. All right?
I mean, the one thing.
I had a pretty good time. I don't know.
Yeah, you enjoyed yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No hypothetical on this end, guys.
I mean, look,
hypothetical.
Hip hop.
hey, Travis, Jason, the one thing Eli has no clue and no understanding, and believe me, he's proud of it, is what it's like to lose a Super Bowl, right? And it's a horrible feeling. Obviously, winning is as great as you think it is, and losing is as bad as you think it is. And so I'm kind of glad that it didn't happen because I know that was tough on you too, tough on your family. And Eli and I played 3 times in the regular season. My parents were an absolute wreck. And just in a regular season game, and now you take that to the Super Bowl and knowing, obviously the attention a quarterback's going to get in a Super Bowl, win or lose, knowing that, one had to win and one had to lose. I probably wouldn't wish that on my family. So I'm probably glad that it didn't happen. And I think the way y'all handled that several years ago and the way your family handled it was first class. I know that was not easy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had lost one. I hear what you're saying, Peyton. I had lost a Super Bowl going into the game that we lost, so I just had to make sure that Jason felt that misery before. And so that was just being a good brother. You guys know about being good brothers.
Did you feel bad going out that night and celebrating, like just knowing that your brother is crying in his hotel room and you were just fine, just going out there and just?
Well, once you have a few beers, you forget about everything. And
I wasn't crying. I was pulling a Jeremy Shockey is what I was doing. Eli, you brought up Spags. Eagles are playing one of the best defensive coordinators in the history of the NFL at this point, it feels like.
Don't answer.
What would you do? What would your game plan be going up against that blitz packaging and like everything that he can throw at you? Like, what would your game plan be?
Don't give it away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, not that I give away. Spags is the best. And I mean, we saw it. It's the first time I'd ever seen it in our first Super Bowl going against the Patriots, where every time he had a strong side blitz and Brady made a call, hey, I'm gonna pick it up. He had the defense reverse it and just kind of make a call, and all of a sudden it came from the weak side and getting them to throw hots, getting them really just kind of causing some issues, saying, hey, I can't be right with my protections. They're flip flopping it sometimes, and so. You just see it, unbelievable. And last week's game, the last play, the 4th down against the Bills versus an empty formation of 4-by-1. He brings a will corner blitz on the biggest play of the game and gets, has a free runner going. So, I mean, that's his mentality. He wants the blitz, but it's not just, hey, we're bringing blitz 0. It's going to be some exotic blitz, some blitz he hasn't done all game long. All game long has not shown this blitz. When do you bring it? 4th and 5 on the last drive in the most critical moment of the game. And so that's what makes them hard to prepare for is that, hey, how do I prepare for something I haven't seen yet or something they haven't done this year yet that he's going to, draw up for these critical moments. And then when you think he is on a blitz, he fakes the blitz and going back to coverage. So
just when you think you got him.
He's just a mastermind. He's a great leader. He's a great human being. This is one of the great, people, and so happy for him, all his success. And, I think, Travis, how lucky you are to have him on that defensive side, just, being the leader over there.
One of my favorite coaches of all time, baby. I'm right there with you, brother. Well, fellas, Thank you guys for your time, man. The Mannings have came through, man. One good brother to another, man. We love you guys. Thank you guys for leading the way, doing things the right way, and always lending a helping hand, man. We love you guys, man.
Thank you,
Best
boys.
of luck in the field goal kicks.
Oh, I can't wait to see this field goal kick.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm more fired up to watch. I've seen enough Super Bowls. I want to watch this field goal kick. That's what I want to watch. Are you one of those people that actually likes your money? Some people end up throwing hundreds of dollars away at traditional big wireless carriers for years, who unfortunately flush it down the drain.
So if you're tired of crazy high wireless bills, bogus fees, and free perks that cost you more in the long run, then Mint Mobile might be right for you. With plans as low as $15 a month.
Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages.
Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month.
There we go. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with you and the existing contacts.
Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month.
If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/new heights. That's mintmobile.com/new heights.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know to check the tire pressure before hitting the road?
Yeah. Just like you know to check you actually made that reservation for date night.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Don't want to forget that. Like you know to check that you packed your lucky yellow cleats for the big game.
That's right. Well, you better be wearing red. Like you know to check the grill's heating up before everyone comes over on the big game.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This content is intended for audiences in the U.S. only. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliate in Northbrook, Illinois.
Long live dogs. That's what they say over at the Farmer's Dog because they want all dogs to live long, healthy lives.
I'm a dog person. I want my dog Baloo to live forever. We all want our dogs to live forever. There's no magic way for that to happen, but get this. Dogs kept at a healthy weight can live up to 2.5 years longer than overweight dogs.
The Farmer's Dog helps your dog reach and maintain a healthy weight with personalized meal plans of freshly made food.
They calculate your dog's ideal daily calories based on their unique nutritional needs, and the food is delivered in pre-portioned packs so that you can feed your dog the right amount every time.
The Farmer's Dog isn't fancy. It's simple, real food with real benefits, and it's delivered right to your door. That's a win-win.
Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy food at thefarmersdog.com/new heights. Plus, you get free shipping. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/new heights to get 50% off. That's thefarmersdog.com/new heights. Our second food review. Was this gumbo or jambalaya?
Gumbo.
Gumbo and crawfish. Or, depending on where you're from, crayfish.
All right, Jason, dive in.
Well, there's 2 spoons.
I think there's 2 for your right and left hand.
Are you not going to eat any
I'm
gumbo?
not eating that, no.
What kind of gumbo is this?
Chicken and sausage.
Chicken and sausage.
Another reason why I'm not eating it right
You
there.
don't like chicken and sausage?
I'm not a sausage guy.
You're not a sausage? Oh, that's right. Even when it's cut up? I thought that was just a phallic thing.
No, it's just a whole like the way you ate that was disgusting.
That's fucking delicious.
God, that sound.
It's so good.
What the fuck was that like?
I could use a little hot
slurp
sauce.
Who eats like that?
Somebody wearing a white t-shirt eating gumbo. I'm going to make sure you don't get any extra juice.
I mean, you didn't hesitate 1 second. You went back for like.
It's delicious, Trey. It's chicken and sausage in soup form with rice. All right. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know how to fucking attack this. I've never had a crawfish outside of like.
What do you mean? I'll crack that fucker open.
But am I eating the belly?
I got Greg. He laughed.
Locals, help him.
Pop the tail off.
Yeah. That's
What the fuck you mean other way? That's his tail.
There
Like
it
that?
is. Thank you.
And
There it
of the
is.
tail or the body?
Tail.
So I'm only eating the tail.
Jason.
Optional to suck the head.
Optional to suck the head. I'm gonna suck that motherfucker's head if it's optional. How do I get this in?
I know.
I have no idea. I'm not even getting any fucking meat out of this thing.
You've never
It's a
ate a
bad
shrimp
idea.
before?
I'll tell you what, it's a bad idea to eat fucking crawfish on your goddamn lap in a white t-shirt. This is a fucking awful desire.
Dude, you look great.
I'm struggling.
You got to put your superhero mask on. That's why.
Am I fucking doing this right? Is
Yeah.
somebody telling me how to do this?
100% you are. You're getting it. There you go. See, you did it.
It tastes great. But I'm kind of feeling the same thing I feel towards crab, which is just like it's a lot of work for like not that much meat. This is better than crab though. I dig that flavor. What I do is suck the head
There you go. Other way.
this way. I was gonna suck.
Oh, cold 45, 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need.
We can go to the bar after dark, smoke that crawfish head.
Nice. Shout out to Afro Man.
So you only eat the fucking tails of this thing? The fuck? That just seems like such a waste. Look at how small its tail is.
When you get in the rhythm, you just keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I need to see what your rhythm's like, man, because I'm getting no rhythm, and I feel like this is a lot to throw away.
It's just juices in there.
That's why I'm sucking that head, dog.
Baby, that's all we need. Go to the bar. It's all in your beard. This is great.
I mean, on flavors alone, 10 out of 10.
Nice.
It is fucking delicious. But on difficulty of obtaining the meat and just pure waste, I'm going like 4. But it's absolutely wonderful. If I knew what I was doing, I think it'd be a 10. We are here for a reason. There is the 59th Super Bowl in the history of the NFL being played.
59.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Super Bowls.
If I'm reading my Roman numerals correct, it's 59.
It is correct, yes.
Continually gets more confusing when they start adding L's.
The L's always get you.
At
know
what
what the
point are we just going to have to abandon Roman numerals because nobody's going to have a fucking clue what the Roman numeral means?
It's like cursive.
Yeah.
They don't even teach the kids anymore.
So X is 1,
10.
10.
Yep.
That's right. I is 1, V is 5, X is 10, L is 50.
7.
What's the most complicated Roman numeral number you can we can come up with? It would be like, so it couldn't be like subtract like 500 is just 5 C's, or is 500?
I don't know if this is the Super Bowl talk everyone wants to hear. The largest number that can be represented in Roman numerals is
Good job,
3,999,
Okay,
which is written MMMCMXCIX.
Well, there you have it. We're going to have to abandon Roman numerals at Super Bowl 3,999 because good luck selling that merchandise. All right. With this being your 5th Super Bowl, has anything changed with how you approach this game? Are you going to abandon all the other things that have allowed you to win?
No, I'm going to stay true to those, particularly the second half of those games. Try and start this one nice and fast.
I got to say this because so everybody brings up the halftime being longer. Whenever somebody goes, so for those of you that don't know, the halftime is longer. And
typically it's like 15 minutes.
It's not
to
that much
20,
longer.
It's 10 minutes more.
I don't know if I am just like so anti-organized, have me do anything on game day.
You're preaching to the choir.
I cannot stay when they're like, okay, we need to stretch at this and do this. Like, motherfucker, it's 10 more minutes. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting a cold down. I'm going to eat an Uncrustable and get my mind right for the second half. I don't need you to tell me to stretch my quads.
I'm going to make sure everybody knows that is the key at halftime is the Uncrustable. Get you an Uncrustable, a Capri Sun, and go ahead and enjoy yourself.
I think a lot of the times it gets over. Well, I guess I'm 1-1. You are clearly a better record. Do you feel like people overthink that portion of the Super Bowl?
You know what? Selfishly thinking, yes, but in the grand scheme of things, people do like structure and people do like to kind of be under, some sort of regimen. I think it helps guys in their first couple years, or at least it did in my first Super Bowl, to just relax, understand this is how much time's going on, and it gave me something to do. Did I stretch the next time? No, but I understood what I was capable of doing at that point. I understood the system. I understood like what was happening. I was more familiar with the entire Super Bowl system. So it's just like I didn't do a lot of the stuff I did my first year.
Maybe it's because I played a position that like, mentally you were making calls and trying to like discern like what do we do? What's the plan? But I think you're very much wired that same way. I would have much rather taken the more allocated time and be like, hey, let's talk about what we're going to do in the second half, even more than we get allotted in a regular halftime. Because a regular halftime, you're speeding through. You're like, okay, this is what they're giving us. These are the coverages we're seeing. These are the runs we're getting to. These are the concepts we like on third down, yada, yada. Let's go out there and play ball. It's like, no, let's actually talk about like what are the first 10 plays we might run coming out of the second half and like really dial in on this stuff rather than, do a quad stretch.
Somebody might need that quad stretch.
You're right.
And if Jason Kelce doesn't need it, Jason Kelce ain't going to fucking do it.
I just feel like just drink yourself a fucking water and sodium.
Get you some pickle juice.
Yeah.
Eat
you an Uncrustable.
Maybe snag an orange.
Jog back out to the field. Guess what? You'll be warm again. I'm also just anti-stretching in general, so I'm not the person to ask.
Two World Wars.
I played in fucking world record consecutive games for the Eagles. Maybe I'm onto something. Stretching is overrated.
Push-ups, sit-ups,
granted, my
jumping
back hurts
jacks.
every single day. The only 2 times I pulled a muscle, and I'm not making this up, is when I was doing yoga. Like I was in a yoga class in college, pulled a muscle. Then I started doing some yoga in the NFL one year. I did like a yoga class. Very same week, pulled a muscle. And I'm like, this stretching shit is for the birds, dog. It ain't for me.
But to answer your question, I think over the last 4 Super Bowls that I've been to, I am at a completely different place as a leader. Yeah. So I feel like getting everyone comfortable is my biggest thing.
And this is, I'm going
to go out there and I'm going to be, I'm going to play my style of football because I'm confident in where I've been and how I've gotten here and things like that. But we got a lot of new faces that haven't been in the Super Bowl yet. And I'm sure it'll hit them like it hit me my first really 2 Super Bowls. And it'll surprise them how emotional it'll be for them. Sure. So trying to weather that storm and make sure they feel comfortable. And the biggest thing, man, is if adversity hits, man, band together, man. Yeah. This is a team sport, brother. You didn't get here alone, and you got guys fighting right there with you.
You hit the nail on the head. I think having the structure is nice for the guys that want it there. And then if you don't want to do it, most of the coaches realize the older guys that want to get something else accomplished, go do your thing. They're not going to push back on it.
We're just making sure everybody feels comfortable and not letting the moment get too big. Yeah. That's going to be my biggest concern is just making sure everybody feels comfortable and playing our style of football, man. I think we're playing the best team that we've played yet, and it makes sense going into the Super Bowl. I think offensively, defensively, special teams wise, both teams match up really good. And at the same time, I got all the confidence in the formula that we've had under Coach Reed and just how we do things in KC. And I just, I believe in the guys next to me. And if we play our style of football, man, we're going to put ourselves in a good situation.
That's the biggest thing. The emotions of the game can cause people to do uncharacteristic things that they normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
So how do we avoid
it? Can either make you timid or make you way too ballsy.
Yeah. Or it can make you just right. If you weather it right. If you weather it right, it can be perfect.
It's like, this is the biggest game. I got to be great. I got to go do something
crazy. Or
you
can way overthink it, which I've done both.
I've done all of these.
Yeah.
I've done absolutely all of these.
A lot of fans are asking if Pat is okay after the Mavericks traded his favorite player, Luka Doncic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They trade him to the Lakers, in case you live in a sewer. Pat's tweets almost gave the Chiefs a heart attack. He said, I'm sick right now. And everybody was like, wait, what?
Yeah. I knew exactly what it was because...
Yeah, you were probably with him.
Well, I'm in a few different group chats with him, and everybody was like, Pat, what the fuck is going on in Dallas? Obviously, a Dallas kid and grew up a huge Dallas sports fan. And there's been at countless games. We were actually at a game, and I got to say what's up to Luka. We talked about it on the show. Yeah. And
did Pat say what's wrong with what happened?
I'm pretty sure nobody knows exactly what happened other than the GM Even Mark Cuban came out and said, I was listening to my guy Jan Parsons talk about it. He said, yeah, I don't have any idea what's going on.
Yeah.
It's still up in the air on if it was the good move, the right move to make.
Did you see what was the?
What do you think? What do you think the equivalent? Well, you don't even watch the NBA, so
I watched some of it.
Oh, all right. Nice.
Yeah, I have not watched any this year.
Who's in the number 1 seed for the East?
I've just told you I've not watched any this year. I know it's not the Sixers.
Yeah, you're right.
They are struggling.
It's the team that honored you and gave you a jersey that you sat courtside at, Jason.
Cavs. Nice. They're balling like that. I knew they had a good start to the year. I've not followed them.
Damn it. Go Cavs, baby. It's our year. Let's go. But at the same time, yeah, that tweet and everything kind of got confusing, but Pat's good. Pat's all good. He's not actually sick. He's healthy.
It'd be good.
All right, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this Sunday, man. I'm so freaking fired up. If it wasn't for the Mannings getting me fired up talking about the national anthem or Jason talking about how he'll be happy if the Eagles win, I am so fired up for this game. I love it. And I just I relish in these moments, man. I've been waiting all year to fast forward to this game, man. And
what's the most electric national anthem?
you
Super
already
Bowl?
know is
Chris
Chris
Stapleton?
Stapleton.
God, he
There's
killed
just no one even close.
Fucking killed it.
I've seen
him this week. I
on a
can't
sad day, I will put that video on. I'll go to YouTube
Just
and
to
I will
watch me and
just
Nick
to
Sirianni cry and then revel in the fact that you beat us.
I never looked at it like that. Chris Jones cried too, to be fair.
Chris Jones.
I cried, but I kept my composure.
Yeah, that's
But
we tried
more
to say.
so, Chris did his thing, and one of my favorite performances ever.
Yeah, it was very electric.
Nice. Well, let's get to our last food review.
And you make folks feel what you feel inside. All right, Brandon, bring the king cake and the beignets in. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Trav, are you allowed to eat this?
No, but I am. What?
Wait, are you allowed to eat it or are you not allowed to eat it?
No, I'm not allowed to eat this, Jason. But for the sake of the show, I will eat
You're
this.
willing to do something like that? Dude, what if Andy came in right as you were about to take a bite and took it out of here?
I fucking offer him one and see what happens.
All right, which one are we going at first? King cake or
Let's
the
go
beignet?
cake. Let's go cake.
The beignet is going to be messy.
It's the closest one.
All right. Ooh, I love the texture of that cheese.
A little cinnamon delight.
So what is a king cake? Cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
Glazed cinnamon roll.
Glazed cinnamon roll. There's a little bit of like a minty frosting in there. It's not your typical frosting. There's something in the frosting
I think
for
it's
sure.
the sprinkles.
You think it's minty sprinkles?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting zero mint.
It tastes like something from Philly, to be honest. Like something I would get at Wawa's.
It tastes like a cinnamon roll with frosting and sprinkles on it.
I'm giving it a good 7. It's
Yeah,
a
I
good,
mean, it's very good. I would eat
delicious.
this.
Yeah.
It's almost like a honey bun.
I was going tasty cake. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a tasty
kinda
cake
like a
with
honey bun.
frosting. Yeah. It's a good loaf of bread for sure.
Well baked, good bake, good bake,
Yeah, good bake.
good rise on it.
Where are you going? I went 7 out of 10. It's no tasty
But what
cake.
kind,
honey
it's hard
bun.
to give like a number when you don't even know what, like, are we rating it on just like a baked goods?
Yeah, we're
7
rating.
out of 10.
There you go.
Beignet, let's go.
How do you spell beignet?
Beignet.
You just read it. Cheater.
All right. I don't think there's enough sugar.
This is my kryptonite. I will eat all of those.
So are you supposed to do anything with a beignet other than like, first of all, these fucking beignets are huge. I've never seen beignets this big.
That's my kind of shit right here.
Are you supposed to like dip them in something or just eat it?
Eat it.
Do you typically have these with coffee in the morning, like a donut? Are these good beignets?
These are
compared to,
are good beignets. Oh, dude. It's just it's a funnel cake in a donut fashion.
Yeah, I can get on with this.
One more week, Travis.
I love funnel cakes.
One more week. Get me out of there. Get me out before it's too late.
Beignets are really hard for somebody with facial hair. I don't know if you can tell.
I feel like I'm wearing it.
You're good.
You already have white in your beard though, so it just blends.
You just blend it. I can't wait till my beard is fully white.
Dude, it's almost there.
It's getting there.
You're gonna be Tim Allen and Santa Claus in like a year.
I mean, I'll be Tim Allen and Santa Claus this year. If Santa Claus dies in the front yard.
If you guys caught that, that was a good one. Dude, if you become Santa Claus, you got to invite me to the North Pole. I got to go. Because if it's anything like the movie with The Rock.
I can't. I got to uplive. It's going to be just me and Bernard. And Kyle's going to have to raise the kids on our own.
Out of 10. We got to rate it out of 10.
I'm going to put...
I'm going 9 out of 10. The bread was a little, but it's probably just because it was baked in the morning and we're eating them now.
You could tell that thing freshly fried and hot. Ooh. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Funnel cake, it's basically just a funnel cake that's susceptible to eat at any time.
Yep.
Which I can get on board with New Orleans.
I'm in on, baby.
Yeah.
All right, well, shout out to the beignets.
Compared to sucking the backside of a crawfish head, beignet gets an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
No Dumb Question time. Hey. No Dumb Questions is brought to you by Mint Mobile.
Woo!
The smart answer to saving money on premium wireless. No Dumb Question. Did Travis use a DeLorean or a hot tub time machine to travel back in time and invent the Pony Express? Alexander Majors, my ass. You can't convince me that this is not Travis in a top hat.
I mean, if I'm looking at myself in the mirror, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
I will say that they couldn't be me because I would never be seen with that fucking hat on.
Travis, you need to go. This needs to be your pregame Super Bowl fit. Top hat.
I remember wearing a top hat not too long ago.
Where'd you wear a top hat to? I don't remember that one.
When I was in London.
Oh, I do remember that.
So I got caught in my own lie. I enjoy wearing those. But only in front of 80,000 people.
You pulled it off. Well, there's a lot more people than 80,000 people that saw that. But you pulled it off really well.
Thanks. It's always scary. Have you ever came across like a really
Travis, we are the most generic white-looking people on the planet. It is so many people.
No, you know what?
There were just 25 of them in downtown New Orleans. And you could not pick me out of a fucking lineup.
You're Where's Waldo, dude.
Dude, have you ever seen
that salt and pepper beard out of fucking anybody?
Yeah, I look like...
I could take one good look at those tits and know exactly who it is.
I look like 12 former presidents, including Grover Cleveland, Theodore Roosevelt, and like any other ones that are white with a beard.
I know. I remember Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, I remember you telling me the story.
From Lithuania. Getting drafted in the NBA. Yeah. And I was like, holy shit, I'm Lithuanian.
I mean, we're not far off. It's close, right?
I mean, dude, you can't tell me that I don't have Lithuanian in my blood. Eastern Europe?
I mean, it's definitely in Eastern Europe, but is it Northeastern or is it like Slavic area?
It's Slavic for sure. I'm lying. I have no idea.
For some reason, I feel like it's up north. Is it by Serbia?
No, it's not that.
Poland.
Yeah, see, that's higher north.
That's way up there.
That's different area than where our ancestors are.
Russia.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like our ancestors just fucked their way across Europe. It feels like we have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is why we look like everybody.
True American mutt.
Yeah.
I guess I'll pass the torch.
Oh, we need a little bit of this over here, and we have our Ashkenazi over here, our Irish over here, our Slavic down here, our Serbian here.
We actually don't have any clue what we are on Dad's side because he's the only one that didn't get the 23andMe or whatever it's called.
It's true.
We got to get that out of him.
Yeah, he just always says he's American. I'm American.
Didn't matter.
Yeah. We have ancestors in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. I guess that's accurate, Pop. So, yeah, solid photo. What was the question there?
There was no question.
Is Travis a time traveler? That was a question. Are you a time traveler?
I have some Marty McFlys, but that's about as close as I get to time traveling.
If you could time travel, where would you go back to?
Ooh, man, I'm trying to see some dinosaurs. Trying to figure out how the fuck they made those pyramids. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, if I could time travel, I'd go back to Super Bowl 57 and make sure that we win that fucking game. So then I wouldn't be depressed about not having lost that game.
Yeah. I really don't feel that bad about my Super Bowl. I lost to Tom Brady. I mean,
yeah, we won against Tom Brady. I didn't do much, but it was fun.
All right, let's get to this next one from Tati. I need to know the history behind this picture. We don't know the fucking history.
We just know that
I play football for a living. My memory
we just
goes
know
to
that
like
I was
last week.
strong as fuck as a baby.
Look at that dude.
I'm fucking doing curls with Travis Kelce.
That's a Pro Bowl
And he's only
center
2 years
right
younger
there.
than me.
That's a
So
Pro Bowl
Travis
center
is
right
probably, he's not even a year old in that photo. That means I'm not even 3 yet.
Look at that head of hair.
And I'm doing curls with my offhand, peanut butter and jelly in my right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. I'm fucking yoked.
dude.
It's impressive. This might be the most impressive photo of my life.
Dude,
captured at 2.5 years.
You got to get that outfit, dude. That is your kind of outfit.
That's my outfit. Dig the socks. Got a nice bulge going.
I hate you for making me look at your balls, man. I fucking hate you, dude. I didn't want to do it, man. All right, let me get out of this fucking thing. Thank you for the picture. You guys want to do a voicemail?
Let's do one voicemail.
All right, let's do one voicemail. You can just press it.
Press space bar.
Hi. My question is, since we know that the winning Super Bowl team gets like a big party after, what happens to the losing team?
Fuck is so
Are
funny
you
about
kidding
that?
me? You're
Why are
gonna
you
fucking
laughing?
laugh at that?
The fuck is psychopath?
These are fucking like dreams from your childhood that you built up, and you lose them. What? That was harsh.
Yeah.
To answer your question, the losing team, they both have parties, and the one I lost actually was COVID year, so we just jumped back on the plane and went the fuck home. And I thought about jumping out the plane, honestly.
Yeah. It's very weird. So they already have the parties set up in advance, so you still have the party. It's just the saddest party I've ever been to. Picture a birthday party combined with a funeral, and that's what a Super Bowl losing party feels like.
The funeral always overrides it for sure.
Yeah, no, it's like, well, because there's a bunch of like happiness that it's themed with, but everybody feels like somebody just died.
Yeah,
kind of trying to justify what happened, and oh yeah, like it was a fun season. And you remember, like if we would have done this, if we would have done that, and coaches are leaving, and you're saying goodbyes to teammates who aren't going to be there next year. Just going on a Jeremy Shockey.
Shockey, man.
Yeah.
I was on a Shockey for a good 2 years.
The good thing about the Super Bowl is you're going to go on a Jeremy Shockey. It's just you don't know which kind of Jeremy Shockey you're going on.
Oh, you know.
But if you win, you're going on a Jeremy Shockey. And if you lose, you're going on a Jeremy Shockey.
Shout out to Jeremy Shockey for being the best of both worlds, man.
For being the tight end that Travis Kelce looked up to
Oh
his
my
entire
God,
life.
I still do, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I got to meet you with Shockey, man. Fuck.
You never met Shockey?
Dude, he's literally the only one. I haven't caught him at any of the NFL.
What is he
events.
doing now?
Pretty sure he's hanging out around Miami football. He went to the U, so
Yeah.
I think he helps those guys out and just enjoys South Florida.
It's not a bad life.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for No Dumb Questions,
You heard
brought
the
to you
man.
by Mint Mobile.
Yes, sir.
Well, that does it for this episode of New Heights. Good luck to the Big Yeti in the big game. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube to the New Heights channel and follow New Heights in the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also listen to new episodes of New Heights early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Once again, New Heights, a Wondery show produced by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings Go. Oh. Let's go, Sports Bar. So nice. We were supposed to do some harmonies too, but follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1S for fun clips throughout the week. Thank you guys, the production and crew. Another amazing season complete, and we appreciate the 92%ers for always tuning in. You guys are the best, and we'll see you guys after the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday,
go,
baby. Peace.
No matter how hard I try,
He's in the zone.
you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through.
Ooh, I like the hands.
No talking to
Ooh,
you.
don't give me that.
Sad as the sleeper.
Oh, you got to sit up?
Sad to believe it. But after all
Oh, yeah.
is said and done,
You see how he lets it build?
I'm gonna be the lonely one. Oh, do you believe
After love.
Never knew it was life after love until last week. Feel something inside me saying, I really don't think you're strong enough. No.
That was beautiful.